Oh, there goes my pants. Not like Jen, for real. I've not even brought a spare pair. Fuck. Don't even have a sewing needle out. Might buy some masking tape in the next time. Tape. Rip.
It's not worth it. You've got to get a bit of breeze on an elbow, but you'll be sweating anyway. It might be well now.
Hey, it means I won't have to fuck about with my zip anymore. Just literally. Oh no, I can just see something bad happening. Like, we get into Beth Gillett and there's like some children, and all of a sudden a ball just like pops out. And then that's the end of the hike. So guys, it's now Friday. Didn't really do a lot of commentary yesterday. Just sort of took in the views from the tops of Mulwyn Mar and Knicht. We got into Bethesda, what time? About 4:30? 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish. Sank a few pints and then raced up to the foot of the Watkin Path to Wildcamp. And obviously we didn't, it was dark by the time we got there, so didn't really do a lot of filming. The book tells us to do Snowdon today, but it's just always mad busy, and we didn't really come out here to see people. We came out here to see the wildlife. So we're just taking a detour around the bottom of Snowdon, and we're going to do Shabod today as well, which should bring us into Bethesda a day earlier.
Back on track.
Yeah, back on track after our rest day from in Dolgethley when we got the gas. So that's us for today. Just taking a chill day up Shabod, which is essentially just a big hill, and you'll see that soon. But yeah, I don't know, something witty and funny, I guess. See how I ended that then?
Yeah, pretty good that.
They can have their own witty and funny bit. And it seems like we're...
Why I go on YouTube?
And there it is, Mole Shabod. Okay guys, news flash. I followed the lowlands route of the book a bit too far. We should be up there, but instead we came too far. Rather than doubling back on ourselves, we're going to follow that river up to the top, which shouldn't be that much more difficult.
We checked the map. There was a boundary fence running east to west along the ridge between Mulgid and Carned Shabod. We needed to cross at a place where we knew there was a stile, so we wrapped around the south bank of Cluny Dwaith and ascended Carned I Cribai up its east slope.
There's the snow we were promised.
Despite the slight haze on the horizon, the Lake Glyntriny Firth was visible from the summit. It was amazing to think we were there just 2 days ago.
Do you mind? I'm kind of taking it. Of my ridge rest have sort of left an impression in the ground. So forget about leave no trace, leave only ridges. That's today's story, isn't it, Luke?
I don't know if it's going to me or not.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we got into camp pretty early last night and did a bit of bushcraft. We had Luke writing can't catches on a bit of slate. And then I just did a solid maybe 20 minutes work and made these 2 little shelters. Then we didn't sleep in them anyway because we thought, nah, make it too easy, wouldn't it? No, but genuinely finding this last night was pretty terrifying. It's like something out of Blair Witch.
From our campsite outside Capel Corrid, we began our approach to the foot of the Glydia Range. The views from the Glydias were inspiring, and the shaky footage I captured would inspire me to buy a gimbal for the next hike. We hiked the majority of the ridge before descending down a path which was little more than an animal track. The descent was a nightmare, and a killer for our already aching legs. That night the winds picked up, our tarp was blown down several times, but the stakes held. Eventually we gave up trying to right it and used the fly sheet as a windproof blanket. We awoke early the next morning and hiked on.
Okay, so you can't really see Bangor. This estate here, I think, that's my Skecken and that. Yeah, Bangor's just over that hill. You can sort of see the lower bits of it, but everywhere else is covered by the hill. And there's Penryn Castle. It's fucking beautiful, man. I remember, rather than studying, I'd go down to Port Penryn and just watch the boats. And then wonder why I got shit grades. Yeah.
Stopping just after Aber Falls for breakfast, we continued up minor roads which became tracks as we ascended back into the Canada. We dipped into Clanfevecken only to climb out again, back onto exposed moorland. We descended down into Conway just in time to grab fish and chips before the restaurant closed. Is that a crown or a bald spot on the back of my head? Comment what you think below and find out in the next episode. In the last episode I asked you if this footage was of a sheep or a lizard. It's a tough call, but after analysing the footage carefully, it turns out it's actually HMS Montrose firing a harpoon missile.
What are you going to do with your GoPro footage when you get home?
Just edit it and make a YouTube video.
Will you let me subscribe to your channel?
Yeah, if you really want, but it's a bit sad.
That's sick.
Fucking hell, I don't know we even had it here. That's amazing.
Is he gone?
Right, yeah, he's
Yeah, he's gone. I hope we got it on footage.